Just give us a flavor for what the Prime Minister is expected to say. Obviously, this is a speech that has been widely anticipated. It's the fourth time he's been invited to address Congress. Do we have any inkling of what he's expected to say?
Well, as you noted in your opener, this is a time of extraordinary political upheaval in the United States, historical. And the Israeli Prime Minister will be making history of his own by becoming the fourth leader, the first foreign leader to appear 4 times before a joint session of Congress. He has previously been tied with Winston Churchill, and as the son of a historian, he'll probably be aware of the significance there. This is a man who is now caught up in what appears to be will soon be Israel's longest-running war, an open-ended war on several fronts. He will no doubt argue Israel's case. He will no doubt seek to place the blame at the feet of Iran, Israel's arch foe. And at the same time, he will reach across the aisle to try to shore up bipartisan support for Israel in the United States. This is a core aspect of Israeli foreign policy going back decades, and it has eroded, especially in recent months with the war in Gaza, with some elements of the ruling Democratic Party openly coming out against Netanyahu and against Israel's conduct of this war.
Yeah. To what extent do you think this speech has actually been overshadowed by everything that has taken place within the U.S. domestic politics, the political upheaval that we've witnessed just in the last couple of weeks, and even within Israel itself?
I think very much so. I think the U.S. capital, Washington, is already beset with concern, with doubt, with speculation about what will be in the November election. And the Israeli Prime Minister is there. He can't have anticipated this. This speech was set up several weeks ago. He's been moving quite quickly to make sure that he has meetings with Biden, with the Vice President Harris, and indeed with the challenger, Trump, on Friday. These are in addition to his speech in Congress today. It's also worth remembering that back home in Israel, Netanyahu's domestic standing is not strong. There is growing concern that his conduct of the war may be influenced by his political considerations rather than strictly operational considerations. Keep in mind that some 120 hostages from the Hamas attack on Israel on October 7th that triggered this war, they remain in captivity. The number of them dying in captivity is increasing. There is some rancor in Israel, and it's growing. It's no longer on the margins. Even while there has been support for the war, some of the public are questioning the timing, the need for this speech, and indeed whether, while burnishing his credentials as an international statesman, he may be neglecting the more burning issues back home. But as I said, what he will try to do is represent Israel's case. That's what we've been told by his aides. And indeed, at a time of real open partisan bickering in the United States ahead of the election, try to reassert Israel as a bipartisan issue. We'll, of course, see how that plays out in terms of protests around Congress when he appears, and also inside the House, how many Congress members turn up and applaud.